What's up, guys? It's been a long time since I used this webcam, so I just thought, let me just go ahead and use it. I'm going to talk about the VGAs, or the Video Game Awards, that aired yesterday, which was Friday the 7th, on Spike TV. I made a little announcement on Twitter, on Facebook, and on YouTube that I was going to be watching the VGAs live on Stick'em. Yeah, some of you came on, which I absolutely appreciate. That was really, really cool. I think I had the maximum, I think there was like maybe 116 viewers or something like that. So there's a lot of you watching the VGAs with me, which was super cool. It really made the VGAs so much more entertaining that way. So it seemed like a lot of you had a good time as well. So I really appreciate that you guys joined me with that. I watched it on my Xbox, which was pretty cool because you got to like interact with the VGAs. They had like little polls on there, and then they ask you, what do you want to see Samuel L. Jackson? Like what gun do you want him to see? What gun do you want him to come out with in the next segment? Like one of them was a hammer burst, one of them was like one of the Halo guns, and another one was Connor's Tomahawk from Assassin's Creed 3. He ended up coming out with some kind of Halo gun or something like that. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was alright. It wasn't like super awesome, but it was cool. So first, let me just talk about the stuff that I really liked. One of the things that I really, really liked was that, and I had said this before the VGAs even started, like they had just started, and I was telling you guys, I was like, man, they should have, because there was this DJ there, and I was like, they should have like an orchestra there to play soundtrack music. That would be so cool from video games. And they did have an orchestra there, but they didn't play very much. They just played a few songs. I think they played twice. The set of songs for Game of the Year was so cool. I love that so much. I don't know why they don't do this more often. They really should make that a piece of the VGAs. Just have it, you know, showcase more of those awesome songs. I mean, I don't know, they think that gamers just love to listen to like techno music and like, you know, Linkin Park and whatever. And as awesome as that is, you know, we're fans of these games. So every time we hear this music from games that are awesome, it's just like super epic. It's just like, oh my god, I remember that. Oh, that song is so good. They started playing the song from Mass Effect 3, the one by Clint Mansell, the piano song. I think it's called something Earth. I forgot what it's called, but the piano song, you all know what song I'm talking about. And it was so good. It was just like, oh, I love this song. And they played all of the, like the main themes or whatever, the main songs that you recognize these games from. For all the video games that were nominated for best game. So it was really cool. I really liked that. That was one of my favorite things of the VGAs this year. So I just hope they stick with that more often. And it was just really cool with Dishonored, the song that they played for Dishonored. With the little girl, the Whaler song where she's just singing is so cool, man. That was so cool. If you guys missed it, I'd recommend you going on YouTube and at least watching that part of the VGAs, because it was probably the best thing about it, about what was going on stage. That was like freaking awesome. Another thing that I really liked was this like little, you know, those spoofs that they do with all the freaking games. Like they did one with Halo, or Master Chief is just chilling, sitting there. One of my favorite spoofs was, I guess you could call it spoof, I don't know what you would call it, like little segment, was the Mass Effect one. And I thought it was so funny. I think it was because Jennifer Hale, or was it? No, it was character. It was best character of the year. And since Shepard was nominated, it goes to Commander Shepard, male Shepard, and then female Shepard. And they're playing multiplayer, Mass Effect multiplayer. And they're like, male Shepard is saying something like, oh yeah, I'm nominated. I'm like, I don't remember exactly what he says, but he says that he's like N7 or something like that. And then Femshep shows up and she's like, hey, you know, we are nominated, not just you or something like that. Like I've got a big like a bigger N7 than you do or something like that. And then Garrus comes on and he's on the top screen and he's just like, okay, you guys fighting again about who has a bigger N7. It's just it's so funny. And then they're like, hey, what time is the VGAs or something like that? Like they're supposed to be there, like they're late. And then they look at the time, Shepard and Femshep, and they look at the time and they're like, oh my god, we're late. And they just like run off. Male Shepard's like, I should go. It's worth watching if you missed it. But yeah, Garrus is left alone and he's killed in the multiplayer. His character is killed in the multiplayer and he's just like, ugh. I got a good laugh out of that. The trailers and world premieres, there weren't that many, which kind of surprised me and kind of, I don't know, I was kind of disappointed because usually you wait for the VGAs and pretty much the only thing that makes them worth watching are the world premieres because everything else is kind of stupid. Like the VGAs always disappoint. Like real gamers, they're always like, who the hell is that? The cool thing about them is the world premieres. I remember when, I think it was last year's or 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago, where there was the world premiere for Mass Effect 3, the world premiere for Skyrim. It was a world premiere for a bunch of really awesome stuff. Oh my god, that VGAs was so awesome just because of how many world premieres there were. It was just like, and how big they were, and it was just like, oh my god, it's so cool. As the years go by, it's less about the world premieres and even less about the awards and more about just the crap that goes on stage. And it's just like, dude, why? You know, like they only announced like maybe 5 awards on TV. And the rest of them were just online. There was like so many awards that they were giving, and they only did a few on TV where I was like, wait, it's over already? They could have put out more awards on there if they had just cut out so much of the crap that was going on. The game that took home the most awards obviously was The Walking Dead, and I kind of already anticipated that they were going to win a lot of the categories that they had been nominated for. The Walking Dead, I haven't finished playing it, but it does deserve all the awards that it got because it's super awesome. It's so good, and everything that I've heard is all good. I haven't heard any bad things about this game. And compared to the other nominees, I really think Walking Dead deserved a lot of those wins. Mass Effect 3 was a really good game, but nobody could deny that it had its flaws here and there. And for a game to have flaws like the kind that Mass Effect 3 did, I mean, even BioWare has admitted that they screwed themselves in the end because of how many variables that they had to include in the game and how they ended up contradicting themselves and everything, which is a shame. And it happens. It's happened to a lot of franchises and a lot of games. Mass Effect 3, I'm glad did win RPG of the year because it wasn't deserving of Game of the Year just because of what I just said, but it was deserving of something like RPG of the Year because it did its job as an RPG, and I'm not talking like a hardcore RPG because it wasn't an RPG, it was an action RPG, but still it was an RPG. It did give you customization and all that more than even Mass Effect 2. So I'm pretty glad that it at least got RPG of the Year because I do think that it was a really cool game. The problems came in the end, but everything else was enjoyable for me. I loved playing it. Everybody was saying the last 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes, the last 10 minutes are the bad part. Everything else is good. It's a shame, but I'm glad it at least took RPG of the Year. Another one I was really happy with was Best DLC. Dawnguard took it, Skyrim Dawnguard, and I think that was well deserved, especially when put in those nominees. It was so deserving because for it to be a DLC, it was the size of a small game. If you do everything in Dawnguard, it will take you about 20 hours to play. It's 15 to 20 hours long. And 15 is if you didn't do everything, if you just did the main quests. But 20, I'm going on to 20 hours playing Dawnguard, and I'm not even done yet. I have 2 more missions. The main missions, a few of the main missions are the size of a small DLC. This DLC was huge. It added a lot of side quests. There was a lot of main quests. It added new abilities. It added a new freaking tree for vampires and for werewolves. In skills, I was like, if Dawnguard doesn't win, I'm gonna freaking sue someone. I think the only thing that really sucks about Dawnguard and Bethesda, is that it's not for the PS3. That really sucks. And then Game of the Decade, of course, that was really cool. You could find the nominees online. I put some of the ones that I remembered. I might be leaving some out, but I think I have them all. The nominees were BioShock, Zelda Wind Waker, Batman Arkham Asylum, Red Dead Redemption, Half-Life 2, Portal, Shadow of the Colossus, Mass Effect 2, and World of Warcraft. Oh, and Wii freaking Sports. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Wii Sports? What is it even doing on that list? Is it a joke? Oh, you guys wanted to make us laugh. Is that what it's there for? I mean, they did say that these games were the ones that changed the era of gaming or something like that. Like the way that we view games. And I was like, that still doesn't explain why freaking Wii Sports is in that list. With BioShock, with Red Dead Redemption, with Half-Life 2, with Portal. What? Anyways, when they were about to announce it, I think Jack Black announced the winner. I didn't know. I was like, dude, I don't know. I would love to see Red Dead Redemption to have won it, of course. But it's because, Red Dead Redemption's my baby. And I think it deserves every award out there because, I don't know, it's just freaking awesome. That game is so good. I think it went into the Hall of Fame one year. I can't remember what year. But yeah, it did get some kind of recognition. I think last year or 2 years ago, which was really cool. So I really wanted to see it win Game of the Decade. I think it did deserve it. It really did. But a lot of games on there deserved it. Freaking BioShock. Also deserved it. Portal, in my opinion, deserved it. That freaking game, it turned the way that you see video games like around. It just completely changed on you, and you're just like, whoa. It was one thing, and then it changed into something else. The winner was Half-Life 2. And I thought it was well deserved. Half-Life 2 is a freaking amazing game. There's just so many classical things to that game, like that just make it stand out, that are just like iconic. But yeah, it was nice to see Half-Life 2 win. It wasn't my choice, but it was still nice to see it win because it did deserve some kind of recognition, and this was cool. The trailers that were shown and like the world premieres, that there weren't that many, like I said, but the ones that were shown were pretty cool. Like they showed Gears of War Judgment, a little more about it. I was happy to see that it looks still like Gears of War. A lot of people were saying it was going to be a first-person shooter and all this stuff, and it's not. It still looks like Gears of War. It looks a lot like it still. It seems like pretty much everything that they've been changing is just like weapons and enemies and that kind of stuff, and they haven't really changed the feeling of Gears of War, which is cool. It's just nice to be able to experience a new story. The two that really, really excited me though, oh my god, I was so excited to see it, was of course the Last of Us trailer. The new trailer, oh my god, it looked so cool. It showed so much more to Last of Us. It's like more stuff that we haven't seen yet, another side to it. Where you're just like, oh my god, like it showed more about the infected. It showed more about like the characters' pasts. And it showed more about the ties that certain characters have. It showed more of the main characters, and then the music. And it was so cool that before they showed the trailer, they had the composer playing just like the guitar, like just playing that one song that plays in pretty much almost all of the trailers. It's just this guitar song. I absolutely love this composer. He's so freaking cool. I think he did the music to Babel, I think. But to see him playing that like live was just so cool before the trailer came on. It was just like, oh my god, this game, dude, this freaking game. I'm so excited for this game. It is my most anticipated game of next year, Last of Us. And then you guys should, for those of you that missed it, but for those of you that were there with me, I just kept on reading the chat and everybody was like, oh my god, what is this? What is this? It was so cool to experience it with you guys when they showed that trailer that everybody was thinking. Everyone in the chat thought it was Dragon Age 3. We were all talking about how the possibility of them showing maybe some footage for Dragon Age 3, maybe a teaser. But we were like, are they going to do it? I was like, I don't think they're going to do it. Maybe they'll show something small. I don't know. I don't think so. But then they start showing this trailer and they start showing a dragon, like the remains of a dragon. And we're all... I had my mouth open the whole time. I was like, oh my god. I just kept on going, oh my god. And I'd look over at the chat and everybody was reacting the same way. I was like, oh my god, what is this? What is this? That was cool. And you're looking at this warrior and you're like, this cannot be Dragon Age. This is not Dragon Age. Like, that's what I kept on telling myself. But somewhere inside of me was like, oh my god, is this Dragon Age? But it was just so much footage in the trailers that I was like, this can't be Dragon Age. And then a voice in the very beginning says, you're undead, or something like that. And I was like, oh, no, this isn't Dragon Age. It just didn't have the feeling of it. Especially after saying you're undead, I was like, no, that's not Dragon Age. But it was so cool. And then the freaking, oh my god, I didn't guess what it was. And throughout the whole trailer, I didn't guess what it was. And then at the end, it just says Dark Souls 2, and I was like, and we were all like so surprised. We were like, oh my god, that was one of the best moments of the VGAs, I think. The Dark Souls 2 trailer. That was such a good trailer. It was so good. I loved it. I think they did such a great job. It most likely will be next gen, I think. I don't think there was a date, was there? I may have missed it. I didn't see a date. I think I was freaking out so much after the title that I didn't see if there was a date, a release date. I don't think there was. If there was, let me know in the comments. But I don't think so. It's probably going to be next gen. It would be nice. That would be cool. I have to start playing Dark Souls again. I have so many things to catch up on, though. There's a love-hate kind of relationship with that game. But it's normal. It's so normal. Like, if you don't have that type of relationship with Dark Souls, you're weird. Like, it's just like, dude, really? You will hate it, but you will love it. You will get addicted to it, especially once you start like growing in skill and getting better armor and better weapons, and leveling up. It's so much better. It's so much more fun than in the beginning, where you're just dying and dying and dying and dying, or falling off cliffs like I did. But yeah, I am so excited for Dark Souls 2, dude. They also showed some footage for BioShock Infinite, which I was kind of excited about, but then when I started to watch it, I was like, okay. I don't know, I wasn't really excited about it. And then I don't know, I came into this realization. I think that's probably why I wasn't so excited anymore, because I was like, I was like, dude, I don't think I'm going to be able to play this game because of my motion sickness that I've told you guys about. I mean, you're pretty much on this roller coaster type thing, and you're just like flying through the air and shooting and trying to like kill things while you're moving so fast and all that. I was like, I think my brother might play it. My brother's a big BioShock fan, so I'll probably watch him play a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Now let me talk a little bit about the bad stuff. I don't want to talk, I don't want to rant too much about it just because I always, you know, you guys know what I feel about the VGAs after last year. I did this little video where I was like, why can't they do, you know, more things geared more towards gamers? I'm just like, dude, what the hell? You know, like, who the hell are these freaking announcers? Some of the people that were announcing, it was like, who is that? I didn't even know who some of them were. Okay, this was the stupidest thing. I know that you guys out there are probably, I know I was reading the chat and a lot of you were all happy about it and you're all like, who cares? She's hot. That's why they do it. That's why they freaking do it. Jessica Alba. She walks out. She looks like a freaking plastic doll. Her chest is all shiny. It looks like she poured plastic over it. And she comes out and she's all, and everybody's all, ooh, and all this stuff, and all, she's all like, hi guys. Oh, come on, dude. I was like, what the hell is she doing there? And you know what she announces? Dark Souls. She was like, you guys all like this game because it was dark. You did not play this game, girlfriend, get off the damn stage. You did not play this game. I'd be surprised if she played Mario. Some of the announcers were like, some people were like, who the hell is that? It's like, what the hell is he doing there? And just making stupid jokes, and everybody that went on the stage was like, hi nerds, what's up nerds? And I'm just like, okay, you know, a few times, whatever, but don't, dude, they're overdoing it. And it's not that that we get offended. I don't get offended, whatever, but it's like they're trying really hard to seem like one of us. Like, they're trying really hard to seem like they're gamers too, and they're not. Like, you know they're not. Why can't they get like real people in the industry? Why can't they get voice actors? Why can't they get freaking developers up there talking about it? Freaking composers of soundtracks. Do you know how awesome it would be if they had Jennifer Hale up there instead of Jessica Alba, or Mark Meer instead of the Wayans brother? I think he was one of the announcers. I don't know who the hell he was. The guy from Chuck. Why, just because he plays a nerd on TV, that means what? That he represents us, or what? He represents gamers? Is that what it means? Is that what they think it means? Every damn year, dude, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with these guys. And they try to make it all freaking cool, like, oh, we gotta make it really, really, really cool, and really, really funny. And it's not even that funny sometimes. They make all these stupid jokes, and it's like, it's so lame, dude. It's so lame. Does nobody tell them how lame it is? Samuel L. Jackson. I like Samuel L. Jackson. I think he's funny. It was nice to see him as the announcer. I was excited to see him again, to see him return. His whole, like, bad mofo persona, they overdid it so much, dude. Everything that came out of his mouth was because I'm Samuel L. Jackson. That was Samuel L. Jackson mode. You're stuck on Samuel L. Jackson mode. I mean, some things were funny. They just overdid it. They overdid it. And it was just like, it was kind of lame. It started to get really, really lame towards the end. It was just like, dude, I don't know why I expected anything else. Another thing that I was kind of disappointed about was best character of the year. I was like, Claptrap. I haven't played Borderlands 2, but I know who Claptrap is. I've seen a lot of videos, and I know he's that little robot, and I know he's funny and everything, and I know everybody loves him. But best character of the year? Really? When he's going up against Commander Shepard, Master Chief? They're awarding humor. They're not awarding character. That annoyed me so much. I mean, okay, Claptrap could have won, what, like, most humorous character, or, I don't know, freaking best supportive character or something. He's not even the main character. Oh my god. That was so stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for those of you that were happy about that. But that was not deserved. We're talking about character. Character development. they just looked at Master Chief and they were like, you know what? You're cool, but Claptrap is better. Why? Because he's funnier? Oh my god. Another thing was I was pretty surprised and kind of disappointed to see the nominees for Best Song in a Game and the Best Original Score. Some games that had amazing scores, amazing soundtracks, weren't even mentioned. When the ones that were, the nominees, didn't really deserve to be there. Where you're just like, why the hell is that there? Like, one of them is Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect 3 had an amazing soundtrack. Are you freaking kidding me? And they're not even nominated? Sam Hewlett and freaking Clint Mansell? Assassin's Creed 3. I wasn't crazy about the game, but the music was good. And they're not even nominated. That was kind of disappointing for me just because of how much I look at the soundtrack when it comes to video games. I really think that they deserved more than other games that were nominated. Another one of the awards that really kind of pissed me off, but I think it might be because I'm kind of biased, was Best Performance by a Human Female. It should have gone to Jennifer Hale. She's amazing as Commander Shepard, but not only Commander Shepard. I mean, come on, she's an amazing voice actress. She's done so many characters. She deserved it. She deserved it so much. And I know the person that did Clementine, she did a good job. But I think Jennifer Hale should have taken that. I think she deserved it more because of the amazing job that she's done, not only for Mass Effect 3, but for Shepard in general. I probably have to experience the full game or the full season of The Walking Dead to say, wow, she did deserve that. So I might change my mind after I'm done with The Walking Dead. But right now, I was kind of pissed off that Jennifer Hale didn't get it because I really think she deserves it. She's so good. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. There's so much, to the VGAs. I'm more like, there's not that much. There really isn't. Cliff Bleszinski was there. He was there. I saw him in the pre-show. Get him on stage. Dude, a lot of people love him. A lot of gamers love Cliffy from Epic. And he resigned. He backed out. He left. We would love to see him. We know he was there. Why don't you make him a freaking announcer? That would have been so cool, for him to announce Gears of War Judgment. Come on. Maybe it was because he didn't want to, but I doubt he didn't want to. He was in the pre-show, so why would he not want to announce Gears of War Judgment? But no, a bunch of morons announced that where you're just like, who the hell is that? Probably never played a game in their freaking life. It's more about promoting than anything. Not so much awarding. It's more about promoting. And I think that's kind of messed up. And it's not even promoting the video games. It's more about promoting Hollywood, really. Because that's what VGAs has written all over, is Hollywood. It's the only thing that we have to show the appreciation for video games, giving these games awards that they deserve. There's really just one thing that I could think of when I think of the VGAs, and that's overdone. It's so overdone. It's just like, dude, you really should just tune it down and really, let some people that know about the industry handle it. And I'm sure it's going to be so much more better and so much more deserving also. I'm glad that I watched it, especially live with you guys. It was still fun. Like I said, there was still cool parts that I enjoyed. But there was still the lame bits that make the VGAs. And a lot of people were saying the same thing in the chat. So yeah, I don't think we'll ever expect anything different. It would be nice, but I doubt it. It's only going to keep getting more and more like this. If I can, I will provide links or annotations to some of the cool trailers that I was talking about. The stuff that I really think was worth watching for those of you that missed it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.